Q is a patriot. We know that for sure. Q is trying to tell people on these forums and 4chan, and he's trying to tell people the truth. And he does it through questions, asking questions, and giving clues. And so it's basically, you know, you're going down the rabbit hole.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is a woman of many interesting political opinions. Although they don't seem to be her opinions, really. She seems to get all of her political agenda from Q, a not real stranger online who spouts conspiracy theories. So now she spouts conspiracy theories as her political agenda.
According to him, many in our government are actively worshiping Satan.
Oh, we're starting off with a spicy take. First of all, I want a list. I want a full list of all the different politicians that Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks are Satan worshippers. And also, I mean, it means they're still Christian. I know, Marjorie, you like to confuse all the different religions because you don't really bother to care which ones are which, but I know you like to confuse paganism with devil worship. Pagans don't really worship the devil. They don't believe in the Christian God or the Christian devil. It's kind of what makes them pagan. But I would love to see this list of Satan worshipers that you work with every day.
And yes, I could dive into Kennedy getting killed in the plane crash, because isn't it interesting that he had announced he was going to run for Senate just before he died in a mysterious plane crash. But anyway, so that's another one of those Clinton murders, right?
It's almost like she's throwing out QAnon buzzwords against the wall to see what sticks. Like she just, every possible conspiracy theory and buzzword she can think of, she just throws it out there. The more in one sentence or one story, the better.
We had witnessed 9/11, right? We had witnessed 9/11, the terrorist attack in New York, and the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania, and the so-called plane that crashed into the Pentagon. It's odd, there's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon. But anyways, I'm not going to dive into the 9/11 conspiracy.
No, please. Dive in. Dive into at least one of these. Don't just bring them up and then say, oh, no, I'm not going to dive into that. Dive in. I want to know the details of exactly what you think happened and why it happened. Don't just throw out rhetorical questions like all you Republicans do. I want you to dive in. Give me the deep dive, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I've got a question for you. How do you get avid gun owners and people that support the Second Amendment to give up their guns and go along with anti-gun legislation? Maybe you accomplish that by performing a mass shooting into a crowd that is very likely to be conservative, very likely to vote Republican, very likely to be Trump supporters, very likely to be pro-Second Amendment, and very likely to own guns. Is that what happened in Las Vegas?
Now, this one's harder to make fun of because this one just makes me angry. There was that mass shooting in Vegas where a lot of Republicans were shot, and they thought it was a conspiracy theory to shoot a bunch of Republicans so that they would want gun reform. When in reality, it was just a mass shooting. Statistically, it would have to happen to Republicans at some point instead of just kids in elementary schools. People died. People died because there was a mass shooting, and you're using that as a prop against gun reform? How dare you?
There's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take this global cable of Satan-worshiping pedophiles out.
But Marjorie Taylor Greene's rhetoric aside, I need you guys to know that that was not the original audio for the video you just saw. Those were her words. Someone overlaid the music and her words on this video, but she originally posted that video backed up by Dr. Dre's Still Dre, for which she received a cease and desist and also was temporarily blocked from entering her Twitter account. In the cease and desist letter, also, the lawyer wrote, "One might expect that as a member of Congress, you would have a passing familiarity with the laws of our country. It's possible, though, that laws governing intellectual property are a little too arcane and insufficiently populist for you to have really spent much time on. We're writing because we think an actual lawmaker should be making laws, not breaking laws, especially those embodied in the Constitution by the Founding Fathers." Dr. Dre also told TMZ, "I don't license my music to politicians, especially one as divisive and hateful as this one." So, just a nice, solid burn for Marjorie Taylor Greene. Thank you so much for watching. If you got something out of this video, please like and share it. Consider subscribing to The Breakdown on YouTube, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.